The decision you make about how you communicate in the next 30 days will determine whether you walk into every room with power, or keep watching people's eyes glaze over while you're still mid-sentence. Here's what nobody tells you. Most people are already losing the room before they even finish their first point. And the terrifying part? You can't feel it happening. The signals are instant, they're silent, and the people around you are broadcasting them constantly. You just don't know how to read them yet. But once you do, you will never be ignored again. You'll know within 3 seconds whether someone is genuinely locked in or quietly checking out. You'll adjust in real time. You'll own the conversation. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see a pattern you cannot unsee. And it starts with one silent signal almost nobody notices. Picture this. You're at a dinner table, a work meeting, or even just a casual hangout. You're telling a story, a genuinely interesting one. And somewhere around the 40-second mark, something shifts. One person glances at their phone, another nods, but their eyes drift slightly left. Someone else starts scanning the room. You keep talking, you power through. But here's the brutal truth. You lost them. They were physically present but mentally gone, and you felt it, didn't you? That low-grade panic when the energy drops. When your voice gets slightly louder trying to pull them back, when you rush the ending because you can feel the room slipping. That feeling, that quiet dread of being tuned out, is one of the most disempowering experiences a human being can have socially. It makes you second-guess everything, your stories, your timing, your value in a conversation. And the worst part is most people respond by talking more, talking faster, or over-explaining, which makes it worse every single time. So what do most people do when they sense they're losing the room? They try one of 3 things. Number 1, they get louder. They raise their volume, thinking energy equals attention. Number 2, they add more detail, more context, more backstory, more explanation, as if the problem is that the listener just doesn't have enough information yet. Number 3, they try to be funnier. They throw in a joke or a self-deprecating comment to reset the energy. And look, none of these are crazy ideas. They feel logical in the moment. If someone isn't engaged, give them more to engage with, right? Wrong. These are all content-level fixes for a body language-level problem. You're trying to solve a silent signal failure with louder words. It's like turning up the volume on a broken speaker. The hardware is the issue, not the sound. The room didn't disengage because your story was boring. They disengaged because you missed a microsignal 20 seconds earlier, and your body responded in exactly the wrong way. Here's why every conventional fix fails, and this is the part most communication coaches never talk about. Attention is not lost all at once. It's lost in micro moments. A 2016 study from the University of California, San Diego found that the average listener begins showing disengagement signals within 47 seconds of passive listening. 47 seconds, less than a minute. And these signals are almost entirely nonverbal. A 0.3-second gaze shift, a slight tilt of the torso away from you, a lip compression, a single brow drop. These are not obvious, they are not dramatic, but they are real and they are readable. The problem is that most people are so focused on their own words that they are functionally blind to the feedback loop happening right in front of them in real time. They're broadcasting but not receiving, and when you stop receiving feedback, you stop adapting. When you stop adapting, people stop listening. It becomes a self-reinforcing cycle. You talk more, they disengage more, you panic and talk even more. The exit from this cycle is not better content. It's better reading. Now here's where everything changes. I want you to think about someone you know, maybe a colleague, a friend, a person at a party, who just commands a room effortlessly. People lean in when they talk. Conversations stretch longer than expected. Nobody checks their phone. What is that person doing differently? I'll tell you exactly what it is. And it's going to sound almost too simple. They pause. Not because they've run out of things to say. They pause deliberately at the right moment and they look. They scan the faces in the room. They read what they see and then, and this is the key, they respond to what the body language is telling them before the words do. They catch the micro-signals early. A slight lean back from one person, they shift their energy. A furrowed brow from another, they clarify. A genuine smile with crinkling around the eyes, a real Duchenne smile, not a polite one, tells them to go deeper. These people are not just talking. They are having a real-time, two-way body language conversation while the verbal conversation is happening. That is the skill. That is the gap. And it is completely learnable. Imagine walking into your next meeting, your next date, your next dinner party, and within 8 seconds of starting to talk, you already know whether this person is genuinely with you or politely tolerating you. Imagine being able to feel a micro shift in someone's attention and pivot your energy immediately, so smoothly they don't even notice you adjusted. Imagine finishing every conversation knowing you held that person, that they were locked in, that they remembered what you said, that they walked away thinking, whoever that person is, they are sharp. They are someone worth paying attention to. This isn't a fantasy. This is the natural result of developing one specific skill, real-time social feedback reading. When you can read a room the way the best communicators do, monitoring eye contact duration, noticing postural echoing, catching the early signs of boredom or skepticism or genuine curiosity, you stop reacting. You start leading. And that shift from reactive to leading is where your social power lives. So what is actually different between the person who loses the room and the person who owns it? 3 specific things. First, gaze awareness. High-impact communicators track where eyes go, not just whether someone is looking at them. When a listener's gaze drifts up and to the left, they're processing. Drifting down, discomfort or boredom. A direct, slightly narrowed gaze, deep engagement. You learn to respond to gaze direction, not just presence. Second, torso tracking. The torso is the most honest part of the human body. People control their faces. They don't control their torsos. If someone's shoulders and chest are angled toward you, they're in. If that angle starts rotating, even 5 degrees, you're losing them. Catch it at 5 degrees, not 50. Third, response timing. Top communicators do not talk in unbroken streams. They build in micro pauses, 1.5 to 2 seconds, at natural transition points. These pauses serve 2 functions. They create anticipation, and they give you a window to read the room before continuing. These 3 shifts, gaze, torso, timing, are the architecture of conversational power. Here is exactly how you start building this skill this week. Step 1. Run a 48-hour gaze audit. In every conversation for the next 2 days, track where the other person's eyes go during your first 30 seconds of talking. Don't react. Just observe. You will be shocked at what you've been missing. Step 2. Practice the 5-degree torso rule. In your next group conversation, pick one person and watch their torso angle every 30 seconds. When it shifts away, change something. Your topic, your energy level, your pacing. See what pulls them back. Step 3. Install the 2-second pause. At every natural transition in your next conversation, pause for a count of 2 before continuing. This does 3 things. It signals confidence, it creates tension and curiosity, and it gives you a read window. These are not theoretical exercises. These are the exact mechanics used by hostage negotiators, elite trial lawyers, and top-tier salespeople to keep people locked in under pressure. And if you want to go deeper on this, if you want the full playbook on reading real-time social signals and using them to connect, influence, and lead in any room, the single best resource I've found is Captivate by Vanessa Van Edwards. It covers exactly how to decode what people are broadcasting in real time and how to use that information to command any conversation. The link is in the description. It is genuinely one of the most practical books on social intelligence I've come across, and it maps directly onto everything we've covered today. Start with Chapter 4 if you want to go straight to the feedback signal framework. You started this video thinking the problem was your content, your stories, your jokes, your words. But now you know the truth. The room doesn't disengage from what you say. It disengages from what you miss. And the moment you start reading those silent signals, the gaze drift, the torso shift, the compressed lip, the dropped brow, you close the loop. You stop broadcasting into a void and start leading a real conversation. That one shift will change how every person in your life experiences talking to you. Remember the curiosity loop we opened with? The idea that the signs are instant, silent, and completely fixable? This is the fix. Gaze, torso, timing, 3 tools, 48 hours to start seeing results. The decision you make right now, To practice this or to go back to talking louder and hoping for the best will determine exactly where you are socially 6 months from today. If this hit different, drop a comment below with the word power and tell me which of the 3 signals you're going to track first. Subscribe if you want the next level. Next week, we're covering the 7 micro expressions that reveal when someone is lying to your face in real time. Disclaimer. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Nothing constitutes professional advice of any kind.